Now is the winter of our discontent, made glorious summer by the sun of York, and all the clouds that lowered upon our house, in the deep bosom of the ocean, bury it. Now our brows bound with victorious wreaths, our bruised arms hung up for monuments, our stern alarums changed to merry meetings. Hello, ACMA. When I was young and foolish, I taught English for a long time. I loved it, and I loved the connection I had with the students, and one of the things that I enjoyed teaching most was Shakespeare. That's from Richard III. That was one of the stories that I taught with a group of students in a small school in Oregon where I worked. It was a school of 200, and so we got to know the students really, really well. And it was a school that I left to go pursue other things, but missed. I flew down to California, and my wife and I relocated in the Bay Area. I still came up to Oregon from time to time, but as a teacher I didn't have much money, and one of the things that I could do was substitute teach. I still have my teaching license in Oregon, and so a friend of mine at that same school would invite me to come up and be his substitute, and that was fun because that paid for my ticket to get up there, a day's worth of subbing, at least at that time, and I got to see the students. And I remember distinctly one time he was in the middle of teaching a Shakespeare unit, so there was a stage set up in his room and a curtain. And we decided we'd surprise the students that I'd taught just the year before. They were seniors now, and I missed them, and it was the first time I'd see them that year. So we had his door locked, and I was hidden behind the curtain. And when the first bell rang for the school day to begin, he opened the door, and he let them in, and they saw the stage kind of set up. And then from around the stage, they heard a voice. Now is the winter of our discontent, made glorious summer by the sun of York. And around the corner came somebody in a gas mask. If you've ever seen the Richard III film with Ian McKellen, there's a beginning to it where he wears a gas mask because it's set in the alternate reality of World War I. Now is the winter of our discontent, made glorious summer by the sun of York, they heard. And I came around the corner in a gas mask kind of limping, and they couldn't tell who it was because it was all over my face. And all the clouds that lowered upon our house, in the deep bosom of the ocean, buried it. This is Richard, who is a scoundrel, talking about bad times made good. Our stern alarums, he says, changed. And I ripped the gas mask off to merry meetings. It feels a little bit right now like we're in that stern alarm stage still. There's stress around us. And we still are in some kind of a winter of discontent, at least many of us. But it helps me to know that the time is coming where we'll have merry meetings again. We'll rip off that gas mask, figuratively, and we'll be able to see each other face to face. I don't know exactly when that will happen, but I know it will. And to have students back on campus, to have parents back for a PTO night here in the library, to see people face to face, not just mask to mask, is something I'm looking forward to greatly. This winter of our discontent will end, and glorious summer, filled with merry meetings, isn't that far away. I look forward to seeing you again soon,